Hello friends, my name is Tawfiq and you're watching my channel Graphics 10. So in this video in Photoshop we are going to see an option called as clone source, which is located under window menu and clone source, and this particular option is useful while using the tools which include cloning, or the which tools which use cloning technique. So namely there are two tools which use cloning techniques. First is healing brush tool and the second one is clone stamp tool. So as you may already know that these two tools use a simple technique called as cloning. So first of all, before using this, healing brush is slightly different than the clone stamp tool. I will show you quickly. Healing brush tool, it uses similar technique. Firstly, if you want to select this particular area, we need to press and hold Alt or Option key and left click on the source. So it will select the source and we can apply it on other area. We can also apply the same thing on a different image as well. So it is not limited to the same image. We can apply it to any different image. I will show you. For example, maybe let's say if I take this image, so I can apply this particular area on this image as well. But as you can see, I will undo this, Ctrl Z or Command Z. The healing brush tool, when we select any source using the healing brush tool, Alt plus left click or Option plus left click, then it tries to blend the source into the background. As you can see, it is trying to blend the source into the background. That is the main difference between clone stamp tool and healing brush tool. Healing brush tool tries to mix the source into the background, whichever color the background has, like this. But if you use clone stamp tool, it doesn't blend into the background. Let's say if I press Alt and left click, so it will copy as it is. It doesn't blend into the background. So that is the main difference between clone stamp tool and healing brush tool. But basically they use the same technique, cloning technique. So if you want to clone any area for that matter, you can use these two tools. So for example, let's say if I choose again healing brush tool and press and hold Alt key, and for the records I'm using a soft brush, because if you use hard brush then it's quite difficult to mix it, because we will see the hard edges. So if you want a good mixing or good blending, so it is better to use soft brush. So hardness should be 0 or on the lesser side. So I'm again using healing brush tool. Let's say if I press and hold Alt key and left click, and I will draw the source over here. So as you can see, it is trying to blend the source into the background, but as you can see, the size remains the same. So the size doesn't change. But what if I want to change the size? That's where clone source property, this panel, comes in handy. I will undo this. So let's say if I want this car smaller, I want to reduce the size of this car, so I can simply press and hold Alt and left click. So what if I want to reduce the size? So I can simply reduce the size from here, width and height, and since it is linked, so height and width will change together simultaneously. So let's see if I want 43 like this, and again I can also change the angle as well. So let's see if I change the angle, so it will look something like this, and it will also give us a preview like this, so that we will understand what really is happening in the background. So let's say if I want this particular angle and size as well, so this is how it will look. I have changed the angle as well as the size. And let's say if I want to draw another car over here, so I will change the size again, and this time I will increase the size. So I will go to, and simultaneously at the same time we can choose 5 different clone sources, individual sources. So let's say if I go over here and let's say I want a bigger size. So first of all I need to click on this source, and you can also change the value first and then click on the source. That doesn't really matter. So let's say if I increase the size, and after that I will click left click or press and hold alt key and left click. Again I will change the angle. It will show, it will give us a preview, good preview, so that we don't get confused. So it will, the result will be something like this. And if you want a precise blending, then we can use some different tools, but since we are only focusing on this clone source option, I'm not going to clean this up. I only want to show you how this clone source work. So we can change the size, angle, and we can pick 5 different clone sources at the same time. So we can choose 5 different sizes at the same time. I will show you one more time. Let's say if I choose this one and press and hold alt and left click, and again if I want to change the size, I can simply change the size. And remember, because I have linked these two, width and height, that's why they are changing together. So this is how it will look, and since I'm using the healing brush tool, that's why it is getting mixed in the background. If I use clone stamp tool, it won't get mixed in the background, or it won't blend in the background. It will copy as it is. So this is how it will look. And while creating some poster, let's say for brochures or pamphlets, for some event, we can create really nice images using this particular option. And I was quite surprised that so many people don't know about this option, or so many people don't use this particular property, because this is a very useful property. You can create some really cool things using this particular property or option, this panel, which is located under window. So do try this out. It is very fun to use and it is very useful. We can get some really cool effects and results using this particular option. So that's it for this video. If you find this video useful, give this video a upvote and do subscribe to my channel. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye and cheers.